You know, at big RV shows, you're bound to see a lot of tours and walkthroughs of the new RVs, but did you ever wonder how they're made?
We're going to take you behind the scenes to meet the product and design teams responsible for 5 all-new Winnebago RVs debuting at the Florida RV SuperShow.
We are heading over for the first time to see the Winnebago View T.
A couple different people I think will really love this coach. Somebody who wants something that feels really residential. We really have a lot of those elements in there. Lots of space to cook with. We've still got an induction and a LP fired cooktop in there. Lots of counter space for cooking. A really large refrigerator. The floor plan really gives so much flexibility. You've got our traditional style Murphy bed that you can see on the inside, similar to what we've done in some of our other floor plans. But what's really cool about it is you can put the Murphy down while the slide is in. So if you're traveling and you're just stopping for the night, if you're in a place where maybe you want to be a little bit more stealth, you don't really want to have your slide out, you don't really want to get like a full setup going, it gives you all that flexibility so you can still get access to that bed on both sides, really easy to climb in and out of. We've also got a huge rear bath, all cross coach there, plenty of dressing space, and a massive wardrobe to take a ton of stuff along with you. You can get all kinds of seasons of gear, of apparel back there, lots of hanging space, lots of storage, and a lot of customization space too that I think our owners will really love. So we've got one that's a little bit of a lighter tone, a little bit more calm and cool featured, and then our second one, which is really focused on sort of like the hygge style, which is a lot more unique and organic. It feels really natural when you're inside of it, very warm and very homey, and I think our owners are going to really love it.
The color that we chose here, some people have heard the word biophilic, which is nature and plants. So the furniture has sort of that cognac clay feel to it that you get there, and sunsets, things like that. So that is where we came with this. You'll see this same color in a lot of the high-end automotive, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, but you'll also see it in like Jeep Wrangler and Ford. Sofas everywhere have this sort of English saddle look. And that's what we were trying to accomplish in this unit as well. That cozy, warm feeling, but with a hint of luxury. I love how this piece of furniture operates. We worked with a Danish company called Hjort Knudsen, and they were phenomenal to work with. They almost fully recline flat. They're electric, super easy to use. And I like that I can stop this kind of wherever I want.
Right, you don't have to go the full length.
Right. Everybody has a different comfort level, and we tried to keep that in mind when working with this company as well. When you want to have the Murphy bed, you just flop it all down and the Murphy bed comes down and you will not hurt this piece of furniture at all. We really love the style of it and the comfort as well.
Something that's really cool on the 24T is you can see we have this massive gear garage that we put on the back here. So it's full width all the way through. You've got 3 different access doors that you can get into. We've even just got in the display here 2 e-bikes that you can fit in the rear. A ton of space. We've got L-tracks that are lining the tops and the bottoms, so that way you can attach straps, you can fill it with so many different fun things, and carry a lot of different gear with you along the way.
And this is brand new for the View Navion lineup,
It is,
right?
yes.
So what was the inspiration behind some of that?
I mean, we have a lot of owners who really want to be able to carry larger items with them without having to carry them on the exterior of their coach. So this is a way that they get the security element, they get the space, they get a lot of flexibility with how you can arrange your gear garage and how you can store different items. So a lot of it really kind of came from just our owners' desire to be able to carry their activities with them. So this is the first model that will have an optional all-wheel drive Mercedes Sprinter chassis. So for somebody who really wants to be off-road or off-grid, this is going to be a phenomenal coach for them. We do standard lithium, a 320 amp hour battery. We were very intentional when we went through and did our design for this new View and Navion. So a couple of things that we did differently. For example, you can see all of our low point drain systems are actually here in the gear garage, which is fully heated. So you've got all of that that's really protected. All of those water systems are all interior to the coach. So our fresh water, any of our plumbing, we designed them so that they'd be functional down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we've also got, you can see here too, in our service center, everything is really kind of baked in here too. So it's all insulated and closed up, so you don't have anything really exposed.
That's amazing. I feel like when you walk in, it really does have that wow factor. And it does feel more residential and more warm and inviting. And
And that is exactly what we were trying to go for, is not your mother's motorhome. Or maybe I should say not my motorhome from back in the day, but yes, very residential feeling, warm, something that you could come in here and live in.
The Winnebago View 24T is the very first RV to feature the brand new Winnebago Connect.
So Winnebago Connect is an all-new proprietary system that we've developed here at Winnebago. It is a fully integrated multiplex system that ties all of your systems of your vehicle into one consolidated control system, which you can also access through the Winnebago app. This is what we call the message center. And one of our goals was to have the customers spend less time monitoring their coach and more time enjoying their travels and the adventure that they're on. When there's an issue, it'll let you know through this message center, and if appropriate, through a push notification to your phone. That way, you don't have to be constantly monitoring, is everything okay, is everything okay? You set your preferences, and the system will let you know when something's not okay. One of the very unique features that's in this system is called Pet Minder. We have over 65% of our customers are traveling with and living with their pet, but they're afraid to leave their pet behind.
So not only will Winnebago Connect send you an alert that something has changed in the RV, whether that's a loss of shore power or an increase in temperature, it will also take corrective action, meaning that it will turn on the air conditioning to cool the coach or kick the generator on. It's such an added layer of peace of mind for those of us traveling with our furry family members.
So one of the things we heard from consumers is a lot of the systems in the vehicle are complex and difficult to understand. So in our new system, we're doing some very cool things like for example, in energy management here, where we show you all the power that's coming in and all the power you currently have on board and how much power you're consuming. And we've really simplified it down to just the key information that customers are really trying to understand. How long is my battery going to last based on how I'm using it today? So you can see in the system, it's letting you know that you have 24 days of power. Now we have everything turned on off except for a couple of lights. So we're not consuming much power, and we can see that we're hooked up to shore power and the power coming into the vehicle. We think these types of changes really make it easy for customers to own and operate their vehicle.
Winnebago Connect has so many incredible features that it really deserves its own video. We'll be taking the new View 24T out on the road, and we plan to do a deep dive on the system after we've spent a few weeks with it.
The Ekko on the Sprinter is a new model built on the Sprinter chassis, but it maintains all of the features of the Ekko, like the 50-gallon freshwater tank, extended weather usage, the off-grid capabilities. It still has the flexible twin bed in the back. What's different between this one and the 22A, we incorporated a lot of voice of the customer feedback that we've received from owners of the 22A, such as the galley with the portable induction cooktop and the galley that's switched around with the sink and the cooktop. And we've also included the convection microwave oven. Some of the things that are the same are the highly functional and popular bathroom with the pivoting lavatory wall that converts from a kind of a dry bath setup and you pivot the wall and now you've got a wet bath setup.
With the new Ekko 23B on the Mercedes all-wheel drive Sprinter chassis, the rig is 18 inches longer, meaning the bed and massive gear garage are even larger. Plus, you get an extra 3.5 inches of ground clearance with the new Sprinter chassis.
One of the new features of the Ekko 23B is that multi-use front lounge. There's 5 different uses it can be configured into, so it'll work for whatever your needs are. You got your side-facing sofa on the right-hand side, and you've got a 2-person facing each other dinette. Or you can convert that left side dinette down into a left-hand side facing side sofa. When you swivel the seats around, now you've got a large U-shape lounge area. And then we also include a separate table, so if you want to play games or eat or whatever, then there's a multi-position sliding maneuverable table that can be put into that area. There's a table there with an extension leaf in there. That extension leaf gives you extra table space. That extension leaf drops down, and you can take that table and set it into the supports on there, and then take the cushions that are available and make it into a single sleeping space.
And that bed runs the full width of the...
It does, yes.
It's big.
So some of the features from the Sprinter cab, we spec our Sprinter cabs with all of the available features from Mercedes, and we also included the digital rearview mirror, which has been asked for quite a while. So the ability to be able to have a camera on full time while you're driving.
The Revel is our gear hauling adventure van. and that's what it's been from the inception, and that's what it remains. New features for this year, we've gone through a pretty major update. First off, the cabinetry, you see a lot of changes, particularly in the back. We've gone to more of the squared off cabinet style where we had the molded panels before. Our galley is completely new, along with the dinette seat and dinette area. We've gone to adjustable seating now with integrated 3-point seat belts. Well, one of the two biggest changes is increases in capability, really on two sides. Because if you go off grid, you need food, fuel, and water. So we took care of the fuel side, really, which is energy with a new electrical system. We're up to 48-volt system. 7.5 kilowatt hours standard. You can upgrade even from there. Amazingly fast charging. We're at 48 volt now, so you'll charge in an hour to 2 hours. And on the water side, where we used to have a 21-gallon water tank, now we're up to 35. So we're going to be leading the industry in that.
What is one of your favorite features of the Revel?
Oh my.
I know that's a hard one, right?
I'm actually going to go with the powered lift bed. Comes down. I've always slept really well on it, but that's another thing we've upgraded for this year. Our mattress is thicker, and it's got a soft top on it, firm bottom, but it's even reversible if you need a firmer bed. So this is Mercedes' new version of the Sprinter on the short 144-inch wheelbase. It's an all-wheel drive, or it used to be 4-wheel drive, with a 4-cylinder engine replacing the 6. Really the same power, but it's got this new 2-stage turbo, so you got a lot more grunt down at the low end. And then the all-wheel drive system, we've had that into some off-road type situations, and it's really stellar compared to where we were. They're the van that you can go wherever you want, whether it's the trailhead, that BLM campsite, and it's small enough that if that place you want to go is the parking lot behind the coffee shop at Estes Park, Colorado, it'll fit.
Winnebago, we kind of helped create a lightweight laminated trailer segment with our Micro Mini a handful of years ago. And just as it's naturally progressed, that's been more of like an experienced RVer. But with today's changing market and shifting consumer, hey, we want a lightweight, narrow body trailer that I can go out and get camping, and it fits my tow vehicle. And so we created M Series that is kind of filling that price void. So now we have this entry-level laminated lightweight travel trailer that is more budget friendly. A number of years ago, Winnebago, we kind of took some of our motorized and more European styling and brought it over into towables, and that's kind of helped create an identity for our towables division. So when you do come in, you have more of a full overlay look. You don't have dead panels and styles. We give you an extra storage drawer versus a dead panel or a thicker style, or even your converter box is going to be covered. So just things like that we wanted to make it more aesthetically pleasing, more like a home than an RV feel.
And with the M Series, what are some of your favorite features of it?
So some of my favorite features are still going to be a larger 15-inch tire versus an entry-level 14-inch tire for extended season camping. Here we are in Florida, wind chill warnings, and you're in January. I've got a heated underbelly, so got my furnace going, fully closed underbelly with the heat. And then it's the build quality and the construction that, we're not kind of skipping on that. The 2326 RK is going to be right at about 4,500 pounds dry weight. So that still gives you a good 1,500 pounds of cargo carrying capacity. It's a 23-foot box and a 26-foot overall tip to tip. So you're under 5,000 pounds. It's still a narrow body trailer. It's barely, over 25 feet. It's still well under 30 feet. Today's consumer, if they're a first-time buyer, you don't have that anxiety of buying a big, heavy trailer. It still meets the needs of a mid-size SUV and a small truck. The Access is going to have, larger 4,400 pound axles for an 8,800 pound GVWR. Your dry weights are going to be 6,000 pounds up to, over 7,000 pounds. Gives you a couple thousand pounds of cargo carrying capacity. You've got, you're 8 foot wide. You've got taller interior heights. You can bring more of your creature comforts from home to your campground with you.
Okay, we're in the Winnebago Access 25 ML right now, and I'm in love with this kitchen. There is so much space over here. What do you think, Howard?
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I love this second level they have over here. You can do prep work, you can have your bowls and any other
your spices.
Yeah,
all kinds
anything
of
that
stuff.
you're using to prepare your meal. There's a lot of counter space.
Yeah, and then I love this corner area over here. Like, that is really cool. I don't know, it just feels very spacious and very nice in here. Again, like, residential, I feel like, is our favorite word. And with the 2 windows here, you get a lot of natural light. I think it's awesome.
Much like the M Series, we kept our similar identity that kind of keeps that Winnebago brand identity of that full overlay look, and that sets us apart from other conventional travel trailers on the market. But what's really cool about Access is it maintained a lot of our what we call premium features or red thread features of fully enclosed, sealed, heated underbelly, 12-volt tank pad heaters. I've got power stabilization jacks. I can control all 4 with the touch of a button versus manual, 2-inch accessory receiver hitch, factory supplied solar. So everything, it doesn't matter if a consumer is looking at a Mini, a Voyage, a Micro Mini, an M, I mean, where they move up and down the journey in their Winnebago buying process, they get all these creature comforts that they knew. If a Mini or a Voyage isn't in their price point, well, when you come down to Access, you still get all those features. You're not getting stuff taken away from you. You still get all those creature comforts.